Even with a rise in mobile payments, the tip jar is still a mainstay. Cash tip jars don't require any credit card reconciliation, just a split of the funds among all eligible staff at the end of the shift. That could be done manually or with tip pooling software. Welcome to 7shifts Academy, guided lessons for restaurant workers, owners, and operators to gain the knowledge they need to grow their business and succeed in their careers. In part 1 of this series on tipping ideas, we'll cover cash tip jars. Part 2 will focus on digital tip tools, and part 3 on ways to get more tips. Here are a few ideas to catch someone's eye when they're at the counter. Make them laugh. Funny tip jars can break down the perceived barrier between the front and back of the counter and add a personal touch to a guest's experience. One way to get a laugh and a tip out of your guests is with references and plays on pop culture imagery. It also never hurts to use a pun, like this one from La Cañada Imports Pizzeria. Even something as simple as an image in place of a word can be effective. In this example, for Lucky Perk Coffee, replacing must ask with a drawing of a mustache works as well. Create a poll or question. This or that. The idea of a poll-based tip jar is to actually put out 2 tip jars, or place a divider in a large one. Ideally, strong-willed guests will vote with their dollars. One way to tap into this idea is to focus on a pressing pop culture subject, like how this Starbucks posed the question, Team Pete or Team Yay? With constant online chatter about the debate, it seemed like everyone and their mother had an opinion. Beyond timely, eye-catching debates, there are a few pop culture debates that never seem to end. Look to popular film and TV franchises to get people excited. This example from Tamalo Coffee House pits Star Wars fans against Trekkies. More of a fantasy fan? Use Harry Potter or The Lord of the Rings. For superhero movies, pit a Marvel one against its DC counterpart. And if you're near a stadium or in a sports town, find out where allegiances lie. New York Yankees or Mets, USC or UCLA, Cubs or White Sox. People tend to get fired up about their teams. Just be sure to stay light-hearted enough to not ruffle feathers. Sports, movies, and pop culture are a safe bet. The great consequence. What's the worst that can happen if someone doesn't tip? Keep the sentiment light-hearted and comical, something that will grab a customer's attention and get them to act. Take, for example, this reminder that every time someone doesn't tip, a child gets a mullet. Another tip or else example is this one, where a toy Nemo in a fish tank can only survive by swimming in money. The visual of the giant fish inside the tip jar is enough to capture attention. Appeal to vanity. People love to feel good about themselves. While some people relish in the selflessness of leaving something extra in the tip jar, others need more incentive. This is where appealing to vanity comes in. It's a way to increase gratuities with compliments about a customer's looks, taste, or intelligence. In this example, guests are prompted to leave a tip from $1 to $10 to correspond with how attractive they see themselves. Another option is to just serve up kind words for those generous enough to leave a tip and make them feel good about themselves for doing so. Tips for a cause. Everyone loves to support a good cause. Combine the real impact tips have on workers with a hint of comedy, and tips can roll in. Maybe it's in support of one of your staff's vices. A caffeine fund makes the act of tipping more personal. If your counter staff is composed of younger faces, you can make the jar a college fund, especially if these workers have been employed for a while and regulars want to support them on their way out. Bonus points if you have the workers list the colleges they're going to, as anyone who shares the alma mater may show their support. Memorable quotes. You've likely heard the phrase, "money is the root of all evil," and so have the people who came up with this idea. Quotes about karma, generosity, service, or paying it forward make for some of the best tip jar ideas. It could be the inspiration someone needs to help them make it through their day. It can also remind guests of the positive, real-life effects of leaving a tip. Good tips can have a significant impact on a worker's take-home pay, making them happier and less likely to quit. They're an essential part of how people get paid in the service industry. Head on to part 2 of this series to learn about digital tipping tools. Thank you for watching. For more on tipping in the restaurant industry, subscribe to the 7shifts YouTube channel. Want to show off your knowledge? Sign up for 7shifts Academy to access free course material with quizzes and certificates. And don't forget to check the description box for links to other useful resources.